We are here with the systems, what is it called? The systems download developer panel from Gamescom. Now, the VOD for this, went up and then went down, and people had recorded it and mirrored it and uploaded it elsewhere. It was a total mess. But this is actually officially on the Warcraft channel now. It's back. It's been fixed. We're going to watch it through. I have seen little bits and pieces of this, but not a ton. Mostly just like a chunk at the start and then like some recaps. But we're going to watch through a lot of this information we have received elsewhere. So Gamescom has been a bit of a mess in terms of like information distribution. It's been a time. It's been a whole last week. But so a lot of this information won't be new. And especially considering this was broadcast, like it wasn't broadcast. Sorry. It happened and was probably live tweeted like yesterday during the day. And now it's like a whole day and a bit later, but that's okay. We're going to watch, we're going to look, we're going to think, we're going to talk, we're going to react. I'm keen to find out so much more information about Midnight. Let's go. It's so loud, I'm gonna turn it down. There we go. Better! They're so pretty! I don't care what they are. They're pretty, I want them out. Sorry. Every time I see them. World of Warcraft, Midnight. Exciting.
Here are Ian Hazakostas and Paul Cubit.
Yay! I kind of want that shirt.
Hello, Gamescom. Hello.
The purple one.
Thank you so much for coming out to join us today. It's going to be an amazing time together talking about the systems and features of Midnight. I'm Ian Hazakostas, Game Director on World of Warcraft.
And my name is Paul Cubit, Associate Game Director, also on World of Warcraft.
Let me give you a quick rundown of what we're going to talk about in the next 30 minutes. So first off, thank you for your patience over the course of the past week as we've tried to get out all the information about what we're doing in Midnight. Today, we're going to talk about the new Demon Hunter.
Okay, so we've got Demon Hunters, new talents, Prey, and what I'm Prey. I need more. Leveling experience will be interesting, especially for new players, because we have so many new players that come through the community here. So being able to tell them where to go, what to do will be cool. The fact that PvP actually gets a number, I'm shocked. And quality of life updates. Super loud intro, very quiet mics. I know, it's not my fault, I promise.
Your specialization that's coming, new talents, what you're gonna earn on the way to level 90, how the Prey system is going to work, but also some new aspects of world content specific to each of the zones.
Noon release. God, Rob, could you imagine?
We're going to talk about how the leveling experience is going to work and what's in store for new and returning players.
Trying to find the
updates
peaks.
for the PvPers
there we go. I
in the house.
I think that's about right.
And a range of quality of life updates, including some UI improvements.
More UI.
One thing we're not going to talk about a lot today
is
our
funky
housing system. We have a lot of information out about housing. It's been amazing seeing thousands of you check out the demo hands-on over the last few days. We can't
It's so
wait for
pretty.
everyone
I
to get
just,
their hands
that
on
library
this
still takes my
later
breath
this
away.
year.
But no
That's
housing
right,
in this
later
conversation.
This year, in our 11.2.7 patch, at the end of War Within, the housing system is going to roll out. Anyone who owns Midnight at that point can claim their home and start decorating it. But everyone who is playing WoW, even if you don't own Midnight yet, can start collecting your decor and getting ready for the expansion ahead.
All right, so there was a little bit of confusion about that 11.2.7 milestone that I saw around Twitter and around some of the Discords and stuff like that. So what Ian just said was that when 11.2.7 hits, so does housing. If you own Midnight, you will get your house and you'll be able to start decorating, start collecting all your bits and pieces. But even if you don't have Midnight, you can start collecting your stuff for housing. And people are like, wait, hang on. So what's the point in pre-ordering? What's this early access to housing thing that we're actually getting? The early access is to the house itself. If you can't pre-order Midnight or don't want to for whatever reason, you can still collect the bits. You can go and get your chairs and your tables and your bookshelves and your rugs and stuff like that. You just won't have anywhere to put them. If you have pre-ordered Midnight, you can get into your house, you can get your plot, you can start building, start decorating, as well as collecting. So that's where the line is drawn. Everyone, regardless of pre-order status, can collect stuff, yay, but only people who pre-ordered will actually get their house in 11.2.7. Good clarification.
Without further ado, let me hand it over to Paul.
The
talk
tables
about
be
the next few
flippable,
items.
asking for a friend.
All right,
Yeah,
keep your eyes and
probably.
ears peeled. We got a lot of new information coming out today. We're going to dive pretty deep into the systems and features, starting with this
Hey,
fella back
Murray.
behind me. That's right, the Devourer Demon Hunter.
Yes.
You've seen Havoc. You've seen Vengeance. Now it's time to meet the new Demon Hunter spec that turns every fight into a highlight reel. The Devourer is our third Demon Hunter spec. It's a little bit different than our other two specializations. Previously, Demon Hunters only channeled Fel energy to power their abilities, whereas the Devourer uses Cosmic Void powers to power their Annihilation abilities. It's a ranged DPS spec, but not in a traditional sense. You're not.
I just
gonna
realized I
be
forgot my Red Bull. I'll be
standing
back in
out
a
at
second. I'm
max
listening.
range, casting spells the entire time. Depending on how you build your character, and we'll take a look at some talents a little bit later, but depending on how you build it, you may be standing at mid-range pretty consistently, or you may be darting in and out in sort of a hybrid build where you're spending some time in melee and then using Vengeful Retreat.
That's
to
really
jump
interesting.
back.
So they're talking about being like mid-range sort of thing, but then also like ducking and weaving into melee and out again and stuff like that. It sounds kind of sort of similar. Mid-range sounds to me like Evoker. So I feel like that's where it's going to be. Obviously, once we get our hands on it and start playing with it, it may or may not be different, but that's what I'm feeling Evoker.
Let's break down the toolkit a little bit. So first up, this is Void Metamorphosis. This is your iconic Demon Hunter transformation, but with a twist. This is not cooldown based, it's energy based. You have to use Reap, which is your giant kind of scythe attack, to gather up any of the void fragments that you can't reach, or you can just sort of run around and pick them up as you're used to doing with souls. And once you've gathered enough, you can enter into meta. Now, once you're in meta, you want to stay in meta as long as possible. Void energy is a little bit different than Fel energy. It's slippery, it's elusive, it wants to get away from you, and you need to devour it, you need to pull it in as much as you can. So you want to stay in this meta as long as possible, and the longer you do, the more damage you'll do as well. I'll share how in just a slide or two. In this shot, you will see Void Ray. This is...
the bits that I've seen of the panel have been this section, and I find it really interesting how Paul talks a lot. He uses so much lingo. How many, obviously a lot of people watching these panels and stuff like that are probably going to be hardcore WoW players, but how many people are like casual WoW enjoyers who aren't going to understand that meta is short for metamorphosis? Like, genuinely, there's a few moments through this where I kind of thought to myself, this presentation isn't for everyone. This is for specific parts of the player base, and I'm not... I don't know. I feel like that might be good feedback. I don't know. We'll see.
Is the Void's interpretation of I-Beam. It's a 25-yard line attack with all sort of the
exactly right.
the
Like you don't know, right?
Of I-Beam, where you have the rotation,
Yeah,
you
the
can
most
move
effective tool
around,
that, yeah.
just line up all your abilities
Even
and
that's
turn
a
them into piles of ash.
reverse engineered
It's
thing.
beautiful. It's purple. Important note, when you're in Devourer spec, everything is going to be purple. Our art team did a killer job, as they always do, to take everything. You're not going to see
everything is purple. When we have a zone where everything is purple, and we're going to have a raid where everything is purple, and a new battleground where everything is purple, I understand that Void's the theme. But I mean, fuck you if you are any variety of color blind, limited vision kind of shit, because like, fucking hell. That's like... I hope that there's some things in there to make things a little more like, just like lifted out of the terrain a little bit, because fuck, man, purple. I love purple, but purple. Hey, Bitter, welcome on in. Which challenge is that you're accepting? Welcome. Void is absolutely not the theme right now. Purple is the theme. First Warlocks, now Shadow Priest, Demon Hunter, still everything from everyone. Feel if you don't know Demon Hunter enough to know meta equals metamorphosis, and you probably don't know what metamorphosis is either. But that's my point, though. Okay, that's my point. Like, if you're trying to explain to people that, hey, there's this new spec for Demon Hunter, maybe if you haven't played the other two, maybe this will convince you to come try out a Demon Hunter for the first time. And people are like, what is meta? The fuck is a meta? So, do you know what I mean? Like, it's I feel like, excuse me, I feel like a panel not at BlizzCon, even at BlizzCon, but even not at BlizzCon, should be the place that that you're not using. Oh my god, excuse me, not using the lingo, right? Like actually use full words and descriptions and stuff like that. Because like, yeah, isn't the new void we're dealing with cosmic void way more blue than purple? Even the NPC's spell effects, most of it is blue. Yeah, Maria was talking about when she introduced welcome on in Squares, who is Kinks maybe? When welcome in, hope you're doing well. When Maria was talking about the new zone, Voidstorm, I feel like it's Voidstorm. She was saying that the art team have created some of the most beautiful blues and purples, like purples and blues that you've ever seen. And it is very purple, blue, purple, blue, purple, blue, purple, blue, right? So they're very much talking about both of those colors in together. And I mean, you see it in literally all of the art, like you open up your launcher and full screen it at the moment and it's just purple, blue, purple, blue, purple, blue. It's that kind of that indigo shade, right? That kind of in the between sort of space. So, but if all the zones are this color and then you've got this new spec and all of their abilities are this color, I hope there's no like projections on the ground that they're going to need to see because, yeah, or like an effect, you know, when you like put an effect on like if you poison something and the mob kind of turns that green tinted kind of thing so you can see that it's poisoned. Could you imagine trying to see a purple effect on a purple mob that's not like bright enough? It's a very small nitpick. It is a very small nitpick. I understand that this is the vibe, but I just hope.
Any green at all. It's just going to be void.
Void.
Really cool. Speaking of really cool, this is Collapsing Star. This is your big, brutal
really
anime
pretty.
finisher. The way this ability works is you have to be in meta to cast it. So once you get into meta, then you have you unlock the ability to cast Collapsing Star. The more times you cast Collapsing Star in a meta, the stronger and stronger it gets. So like I said, that you want to hold on to that metamorphosis as long as possible. It's got that big raid boss finale energy.
Interesting.
Next up, let's talk about hero talent.
Number two.
Demon
They
Hunter
go
is
to
getting a
more.
new spec, and with
Welcome
that, they
on
get a
in.
new hero talent tree, and that is called the Annihilator tree. You can see it in the sort of the lower left-hand side.
That's this one here. Annihilator tree is here.
There. This is shared between Devour and Vengeance, and sort of broadly speaking, this is all about dropping meteors on your enemies. If you're Devourer, there'll be big, bold void meteors. If you're in Vengeance,
I agree,
they will
but
be
I
fell
agree.
meteors.
We'll see. Fingers
But
crossed.
meteors, nevertheless. Devourer will also have access to the Scarred tree. No longer is it called the Fell Scarred tree. It's just simply Scarred. We are inclusive of all types of scarring here. As Demon Hunters, we know we are our scars. That's right. All right, let's move on. Next up, Void Elf Demon Hunter.
Honey, I'm
this
so
is a
sorry.
new race class combination that is coming to World of Warcraft. It's unlockable with a short quest line that's available during the 12.0 pre-launch. The Devourer spec will also be available during pre-launch as well. So
Hang on. I thought, okay, that's new information. I thought that I can't remember, it was an interview or something like that where they said that Void Elf Demon Hunters are available. There's nothing to unlock, nothing to do, nothing to, like, you can just make them. But now he's saying that there's a very short quest line that's available in 12.0, which means pre-patch. So you'll be able to do it and get your Void Elf Demon Hunter locked and loaded, so that when the X-Pack hits, we can go from there. All right, so I mean that's not that much of a change, but it is something to note that there is something you have to do to unlock it. It's just not much. Cool, good to know.
if you're interested in messing around with Devourer, you can switch over as soon
Doing
as
this to
we
laugh
get
at
to
a
that
joke.
pre-launch.
It wasn't even expecting them to laugh at a joke. It was expecting them to finish the sentence because, you know, as Demon... You saw it when he was sitting there. He's like, as Demon Hunters, we are our... scars. Yes, that's right. Moving on. It's just like, just... did not land quite the way you wanted it to, but that's okay. Will the meteors be purple? No idea. Oh, my son is now purple in the X-Ray. Oh no! The crowd is just not very audible. Yeah, possibly, but also that was an awfully long pause. Like expecting it, like when you do a call and response, you're expecting it to like. Anyway, look, it's fine. Got to prep the people for their action portion of the presentation. Possibly a bit of lore behind the new class throughout the unlock. I very much hope so, Sam. Very, very much hope so. Good.
Launch period before we take the fight to Xalatath at Silver Moon and in Eversong. And the same is true of Void Elf Demon Hunter. There'll be a very short quest line along with that pre-launch where you unlock this character. Now, for those of you who are Horde players in the audience, like myself, you may have noticed this introduces a little bit of an imbalance. The Void Elves are ready to jump into a particular new class, and this is particularly lore appropriate for what we're doing at this time. The World Soul Saga is not over yet. There will be new opportunities for other race class combinations that will make sense with the story as we tell it. So keep your eyes peeled.
Uh-huh. Believe it when I say it.
Next up, let's talk about talent.
Talent!
So as you play in Midnight, you're going to get new
What is
levels.
your
No big
favorite
surprise
faction?
there. You'll level from 80 to 90, and you'll get 10 new talent points as well. The way those are going to break it down is you're going to get 3 points in your class tree, 3 in your hero tree, and then 4 in your spec tree. And you'll earn those sort of alternating.
What does the 3, 2, 1 mean?
The way these work individually is on the class tree, it's very simple. You just got 3 more points. You can use them however you want. If there's some ability in there that you wanted to get to, but you couldn't quite reach it, or you had to make a painful trade-off to get to that point, well, now you might be a little bit more likely to be able to get to that point, and you won't have to make that painful trade-off. In the hero talent tree, there's an additional lane. So we're keeping all the same hero talents, but we're adding 3 new abilities in that 4th lane there. So it's going to take these already iconic and impactful powers and make them even more iconic and even more impactful. And lastly is on the spec tree, we earned 4 points here. I'll share how that goes in the next slide, but a couple clarifications first. What you see behind me is the example for the Devourer Demon Hunter. Everything I'm saying here is true for all 40 specs across the game. So the
40
334 applies to everybody. And the other clarification is you see 3 little dots over to the side of the tree there for those keen-eyed among you.
This is what he's talking about here. These 3 here that are separate from the doodad. So he said 3, 3, 4. So you get 3 for your class, 3 for your hero, and then 4 for your spec. Which means we can't unlock the entire hero tree anymore, by the looks of it. Excuse me. Or at least in this particular testing phase. I still don't understand what the 3, 2, 1 are for. Maybe they're just relics from a previous iteration of this slide or something. It definitely seems like there was something behind here because there's like a little thing on the... Anyway, that's fine. Cool, so yeah, these 1, 2, 3 is what he's talking about now.
That's just work in progress UI that our team's been using to be able to test these things along the way. What you'd expect this to look like is a little bit more like this, where you'd have, imagine, if you will, a big, giant talent point that sits at the bottom of your spec tree with a couple little pips in the bottom of it, and you're able to put 4 points into that. Now, all 4 points should be really impactful, but particularly impactful will be the first one and the last one. So let's take a look at a couple examples of how this will play out on the Evoker, and also on our favorite new spec, the Devourer Demon Hunter. So the first point is going to be a little bit more transformational. This will have a big effect on one of your abilities. In this case, for the Preservation Evoker, I know the text's a little small, but it takes Reversion and gives it a chance to be upgraded to a new ability called Marithra's Blessing. The next 2 points are just going to make numbers bigger. They're going to make whatever that first thing did, make it even better. And then that last point is the exclamation point that really brings it all home. They should all fit together into a cohesive package. They share the icon, they share the name, they share the fantasy. But an important point to note is that you don't have to put all 4 points in this if you want to. It's not a separate tree. It is part of your spec tree. And so if you want to just go more broad in your spec tree, too, there will be opportunities for you to do that. But I expect a lot of people are going to want to check out what's in their Apex talents because they are super cool. That's it for talents. Next, I'm going to talk about a feature we've been working on and talking about a bit this week. It's called Prey.
Tell me how I get my mount.
Prey is a new opt-in hunting system
Tell me how I get my mount.
that lets you pursue powerful targets across Azeroth and beyond Azeroth, places like the Void Storm, etc. It's built to slot right into how you already play. So whether you're a World Quest enjoyer, if you're out gathering, you just like hanging out, Prey should have a good fit for you.
Okay.
It's a little story balance, or a story background,
I love his
shoulders. This is a secretive initiative led by Astalor Bloodsworn. I don't know how many of you are lore nerds like myself out there, but if you remember Astalor, he's the Magister who's responsible for, helping the Blood Elf Blood Knights get their paladin powers by chaining up a Naru underneath Silver Moon City. He's not doing that anymore, but he's still sort of got a checkered past, and so he's going to be the person who is going to be leading us along this fight. You kick things off in Silver Moon City in Murder Row. That's where your new hub is, and this is where you're going to choose who you're going to hunt. Now, how's that going to play out? Well, let's see an example. You might be out in the world fighting an unassuming pangolin, casting Roll the Bones like you do, when all of a sudden your target might show up behind you, and cause you to turn
Oh,
around,
yeah.
blow all your cooldowns,
Thank you for
make
the
sure you
follow.
survive. You might be mid-quest, you might be running between objectives, you could be minding your own business. But the point is,
That's
this
gonna
is
make
supposed
some
to
for
be
some hella
unpredictable. It's
clips.
supposed
Like
to
that's
keep you
gonna
on your
make for some
toes.
really
This is
great
sort of like a
little
quest. It uses
bits.
some tech that uses quests, but it's not meant to be like, search 8 footprints and then you found him. We don't know how many things you have to do. You might be
Right.
finding clues like footprints on the ground. You might be disarming traps. You might be doing other things. But you never
Interesting.
really know when these guys are going to show up. Now, if you are the type of player who likes to
Keyboard
play
tuning.
with a little bit of a challenge, Prey has you in mind as well. See, there's 3 difficulty levels. There's normal, and then there's hard, and then there's nightmare. And you're going to unlock this as you progress through the system. We all start at normal. But once you get to hard and nightmare, you're going to face a couple different things. First, you're going to see torments. These are additional abilities that these enemies will have, or just you might face as you're on the hunt for these guys. This particular character behind me is struggling to deal with sort of a fear-based torment, but there'll be a bunch of them. There's some fixate-based ones as well. There's some really cool mechanics that'll make these fights a little bit more challenging. In addition, once you're in hard or nightmare difficulty, you are going to have that final fight. Once you've cornered your target and are ready to take them down, that will be a one-on-one fight. See, in normal, you're in the outdoor world. If there's other players
One-on-one.
nearby, they can help you out, just like any outdoor content. But in
Okay,
hard and
all
nightmare,
right.
it's just one-on-one, you and the target.
Right. So that was something that was brought up a few times that I've seen around the place is like, if this is like outdoor challenging content, what the fuck? Like if I can just always run around in a full stacked 5-man team, then this is just going to be easy unless there's some kind of scaling. So what it sounds like, so your normal ones and your hard and nightmare like steps you can get help with. But once you've actually gotten down to like, this is the final fight, you can't bring friends anymore. I think that's a really good balance. So like you can get your friends to help you kind of expedite the tracking and stuff, but then once you get to the final fight on specifically hard and nightmare modes difficulties, you got to do it yourself. I quite like that. I think that's a good balance. It's my first 6 characters level 80 today. Well done, Started. Congratulations. Welcome on in, by the way, Startled Ghost. Hope you're doing well today. Get better gear. What's your favorite class? Enjoy Unholy Death Knight. I play a Fire Mage. I've mained a Fire Mage for a very long time. So glad to hear you're enjoying Unholy DK. Brilliant. Sorry, I'm jumping around a bit today. Of course. We can maybe turn you back to the mob attacking. Yeah, he's like feared away and then he's like... it's like swing with your mouse. Don't keyboard turn. Anyway, it's like when Kev jumps you. Oh, exactly right. Yeah, I think it's that sort of, yeah. They've reused that tech, which is cute, and I'm gonna get heart attacks when they're oh, me too, Murray, me too. You're gonna all have to have like the whole stream's gonna be just a headphone warning. You know how in Classic you can get fucking ganked? Now it's Blizzard sponsored. Yeah. Rip to squishy classes. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how that goes. Where like how they scale and stuff like that. I think content solo players actual in-game content. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
Target, no distractions, no escape. Let's talk about rewards.
Yes,
so there's a couple rewards available through Prey. First, I want to talk about cosmetics. We got a bunch of custom cosmetics, including some really cool looking mounts, like some mana worm themed mounts, more than one of those. They're really awesome looking, as well as some transmog appearances as well. You will also be able to earn power from this. So this is hot off the presses. We've been talking with the team.
I feel like I'm about to commit blasphemy. That fireworm? Might fit my aesthetic more than Ashes. I know! Who have I become? But... I don't know. I'm very excited for those mounts. Very excited for those mounts.
Back in California or back in the States, everywhere. Blizzard's all over the place. This will give you power rewards. Prey will be tied into the outdoor row in the Great Vault, so you'll be able to get really cool gear from that by participating in Prey, up to and including in Hero Tier. So this is just going to give you new ways to play.
Hero
Think
Tier?
about delves
What's
and
Hero
how delves
Tier?
are able to give solo players some really cool opportunities to get awesome stuff.
Does it mean heroic?
Prey is another way to do that too. All right, Prey is just one
Oh,
of the
Hero
new
Tier
things that
loot,
are
right,
going to
okay,
go into
good,
the
good,
outdoor
good,
world
I'm
that we
good,
can
I'm
play
fine.
around with. There's other
Thinking about
outdoor
mounts.
features that go into the game as well. When I say outdoor features, I'm talking about, the one-off things.
Right. So there is, because that was one of the other things that we saw floating around, was that Prey was purely cosmetic and that it was 100% optional to get into. And then Wowhead added a disclaimer to the top of their article saying, we think it might be cosmetic only, but we haven't had any confirmation. And now they've come out and said, nah, you're wrong. So yeah, it's hero track, up to hero track gear. So it's similar to Delves in that kind of rewarding sort of way. It's not a ton of stuff, but you can get like your hero piece per week kind of thing through the Prey system. That's good. I think like it is important to give solo players opportunities to gear up. And even because then you've got even your Mythic Raiders and your Mythic Plus dungeon players and all that kind of stuff. Excuse me. They all have the opportunity to get that little extra piece as well if they do some solo gameplay. It's a good idea, and I think it's nice. Good.
That happen in the game every once in a while, things like shipping and handling and Undermine, where you're driving your car around. The soup event in Azure Span, which we all remember so and love so much. Yes, chef, etc. We made a bunch of these. I'm going to go through a couple of them. The priority here in the philosophy is we wanted to provide a variety of these.
I also keep stopping and starting it, Kenzie.
They should not all feel the same. Some might be built for players who are more into kind of high-intensity combat. Others for more just like crazy moments. Others for folks who are like to, cozy content, to learn more about the lore, etc. First up is Silver Moon Court. This is what you're going to see in Eversong Woods. You'll balance your reputation between the 4 different military groups within Silver Moon City. It's meant to sort of evoke the feelings of the Burning Crusade reputations. You all remember the Aldor and Scryers from there?
Ember Court.
Yes, I see some nodding of heads. Okay.
Ember Court,
a little bit like that. And each track has its own cosmetic rewards.
But not the party thing. Okay. That's cute.
In Zulaman, you will harvest material.
Hang on. He said balance your reputations. That's nothing like Aldor and Scryer. Aldor and Scryer, you picked one and ran with it. How do you balance reputations? Does he mean that you grind up to Exalted with one and buy all their rewards and then switch to another one and then buy and then I need more information on that. How do you balance reputations? That's interesting.
For the Loa of Abundance. This is a fast-paced, super buff collective.
Hang on, what the fuck have I missed? I don't know, worm covering the bits and pieces. Covering what bits and pieces? What? I'm so confused, Sheebs. What are you talking about? You drawing Rule 34 again? I'm gonna have to watch this video again. Yeah, no, I'm also jumping around a lot, Kenzie. I apologize. Imagine being in a playhouse, Prey just pops up. Oh my god, right, Dim? Like, oh my god. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. Doesn't need to cover anything. Am I going to the Blues office in California during the Prey? I didn't even hear that. God. Playability and saw the trailer, honestly confused on timeline. Oh, how so, Ink? Maybe we can help. So the Undermine Cartel. That's what I was thinking, but then he says balance. How do you, because rep balance, I'm imagining like shifting kind of bars that are, you're trying to get them to balance, not get one max and then get the next max and then get the next max. And, Excel, thank you so much for the 13 months. Much appreciated. I assume like the cartel. Yeah, I assume the cartel stuff too, BB. And welcome on in, babe. I hope you're doing well today. But it just, the word balance has thrown me off.
Hi there.
Maybe you can do both. Lol, as I mentioned, needing to change pillow design. Oh, did he? Right, okay, now I gotta draw the worm covering bits. But the worm is see-through, Sheba! The worm is transparent! The worm is transparent! Hang on. The worm is transparent! That's not gonna cover anything! Oh no! I mean, I guess the head of the worm isn't transparent, but the back, the tail and stuff totally is. So you don't need to make it completely running around something and be saying, hey, fantastic exalt, well done. How about the time? I mean, I was the middle one. Thank you so much for asking. Like Sunwell, are we going back in time? No, we're not, Ink. No, we're not. So after we did the BC stuff with the Sunwell and everything, that just kind of sat there. And like we dealt with that and now it's there and it's doing its thing. And then now we've moved on and now we're coming back to the Sunwell now, like in the current time, because Xalatath is threatening to use it for shenanigans. I'm not super great with the lore thing. I don't have the brain for it, but I can tell you that Noble87 on YouTube, if you haven't heard of him, Trust me. He's got a whole video on the history of the Sunwell, and then I think he's done one recently about like what's the story of Midnight so far to kind of catch everybody up, which is great because, God, I can't retain all this. There's too much information going on. But useful to have it, like, you know, read out for you. Highly recommend. Actually calling me out Sheba 34 designs. Oh, Sheebs knows it's all in good fun. Midnight is the middle one. So you don't need to cover anything. Opacity Worm. Worm is there for moral support. Damn straight. So is most armor types. When you're talking about female armor, abso-goddamn-lutely. You can't cover your bits with moral support. I mean... Yeah, no, you're probably right. Okay, yeah. Confused these past days. Gold rec for game time has increased 100k every day. Who do you think I am? Bill Gates! So what's happened is Midnight pre-orders have opened up on the Battle.net store. When you purchase a token with gold, you can exchange it for game time or you can exchange it for Battle.net balance. Battle.net balance can then be used to purchase things in the store, like a new expansion pre-order. So people are buying tokens en masse so that they're paying for their expansion pre-order with in-game gold instead of with money, which of course has driven the price up because token is the token price is judged by like supply and demand. So if people are buying lots of tokens and not many people are selling them, then the price goes up. But if lots of people are trying to sell tokens but not many people are buying them, then the price goes down. So the price always jumps when there's a new product on the store. Like 100% guaranteed. We can watch it happen time and time again very consistently. So anytime we're expecting an announcement like this, you want to stock up on your game time if that's how you pay for it. Actually makes sense. Good, I'm so glad. Wait till Nobel shows up on us. No, just let the man work, for fuck's sake. Let the man work. Chainmail bikini, let's go. Far out, me with my Hunter's bikini mug. I see, yeah, WoW Token's original NFTs. WoW Token is legal RMT. It's the only RMT, yeah. Like what happened with the newer Bruno mount? Correct, yeah. Prices skyrocketed when that came out too. Hey, it's me, your moral support armor, here to not cover your bits. Yeah, bought Epic Midnight already with the in-game gold. I have 1.4 E left and I feel so poor. E, maybe million? M? Mentioned him though, now his ears will be burning. No, he's asleep. Well, actually. Yeah, he's probably still asleep. Nah, he's working. Leave the man alone. Thoughts and prayers, the Mog version. Thoughts and prayers, the Mog version. I hate how accurate that is. So it lasts me to turn up within like half an hour. Yeah, I know. Just shh. Got 5 years on my name. I feel you, right? Yeah. Look, I've got 5 million in-game. Oh, nearly 6 actually. 5.7 million at the moment in-game. IRL. Oof. Held a message for reason misogyny. Brilliant. Thank you. I need to make a priest name that. You'd go and do it. Yeah, thoughts and pairs, Mog. Go on, Kenzie. Do the thing. Give us what we deserve. All right. Let's actually watch the thing, Joey.
Y'all know what a singularity anchor is, right?
Oh, hang on. No, go back.
And you know, complete anybody can gather these materials. Super buffed collectathon is professions.
Wait,
themed.
what?
A little bit like that, and each track has its own.
Super buffed collectathon. I heard my name.
In Zulaman, you will harvest materials for the Loa of Abundance. This is a fast-paced, super buffed collectathon. It's professions themed. You're going to go into caves. You're going to have sort of a timed treasure room feel where you're going to mine as much as you can. You're going to gather as much treasure as you can. It's professions themed. It's not professions required, so anybody can gather these materials. Although if you are a gatherer, you might find a couple additional bonuses. It's also I should point out that the Loa theming ties this one to Zulaman, but Abundance Caves are actually present in all 4 of the Midnight Zones. These are really fun. Looking forward to playing these. Legends of the Heron.
No, go back. More info, please. What the hell? How can you just drop that and not... Oh, that sounds like fun. My stomach just turned at thinking about how much my ATT is going to go up by. It's going to go up by like 300,000 things. It's fine. It's fine, Fia. It's fine. Chill. You're fine. You're good. You're fine. We're outside the top 600 again. Because of the pre-order stuff. Because of everybody buying the pre-order got all the mounts and stuff, and so my rank has dropped significantly again. But that's fine. Okay, all right. That sounds like fun. Excuse me. ATT going up is job security. Little bit. A little bit, actually. I need to be... No, I'm going to take notes later. I'm going to have to rewatch all of this shit on, like, double speed. I'm going to put a Seeker, watch everything
step into the forgotten past of the Harati tribe,
Harati.
using magical paintings to embark on bite-sized, lore-rich journeys.
Yes.
This is designed for those devoted lore seekers. You can kind of chase right through these things and complete the objectives as quickly as you want. But there's also lots of opportunities for you to slow down a little bit, read a little bit of text about the past of these folks, discover some lore objects, poke around, learn some history. Really cool stuff. And lastly, in Void Storm, we have the Stormarian Assault. You're going to be protecting the Void Elves, who are going to play an important part in the story of Void Storm.
No one is going to call it the Stormarian Assaults. They're going to call them Storms. Came across a question in Oasis named Salad Bar. How people call salad bar. Good. When I was a kid, I practiced karate. Magical paintings. What is this? Super Mario 64. Oh my god, remember? The Astarian Assault. Oh my lord. Oh my lord. But no, everyone's just going to call these Storms. I really like the idea of interacting with the paintings and like learning that, and you can blitz through them or you can just like take your time and learn and kind of, I call it SMA. SMA is 3 syllables, Storms is 1. And I more likely than SMA because Stormarian rather than Stormarian. So I don't think the M, I think it'd more likely just be SA, which is bad. And so I don't think anyone will be using that one. I think it'll just be Storms. Storms is only 1 syllable if you're good at words. Yeah, if, right.
As they activate their singularity anchor, you all know what a singularity anchor is, right? No, it's the thing that you use to purge the Stormarian citadel of remnant void anomalies. Well, anyhow, you're going to help them protect that thing in sort of a wave.
He's trying really hard, and I'm going to add like huge props for trying to make it engaging and not like he's just talking at us. But he's not doing a good job. Overall great, overall really, really fantastic. But there are these little moments where it very much feels like, how do you do, fellow kids? And it's kind of a little bit adorable, but also, nah. Nah. Oh dear. But huge props for trying, because for the most part, this has been incredibly entertaining and engaging. There's just these little moments of, what are you doing, mate?
Defense, where it's an action-packed public event where
it
your
does sound
success
really
is
fun,
not
though.
only defined by how well you fight, but also how well your group places defenses to, fend off the endless
Tower
oncoming
defense.
waves that are going to attack that
Hell
singularity
yeah.
anchor.
That sounds fun.
Okay,
Tower
switching
defense
things
and
up a
WoW.
bit, let's
see
move
how
on
that goes.
to updated leveling experience. I gotta
okay.
imagine that a lot of you folks here already play World of Warcraft.
Yep.
A lot of folks watching at home probably do as well.
Yep.
But if you don't,
Just
pay
a bit too
attention.
much.
And if you do, maybe think about, if there's been folks that you want to bring into World of Warcraft, but it's been tough. It's intimidating to
Or,
get
if
people
you want to
into
level
a
an
game that's
army
been
of
around for
holds,
20 years
that's
and
a
is
thing
so
too.
big and huge and monolithic. These are some updates for folks like that. So first, we made some changes to our tutorial experience, Exile's Reach. This has been changed to be to focus players directly into the Dragonflight expansion. We're doing that by adding some key iconic characters to that feature. You're going to see Rathion there. You'll see Khadgar, Alexstrasza, a bunch of others as well.
Okay.
And the story's going to be about them going off and embarking on their mission to the Dragon Isles to learn about the history of the dragons.
Okay.
It will culminate with you being taken directly to Waking Shores
Oh, that's
to
a
continue
good
that
change.
story in the Dragonflight experience for new players.
That's a really good change. So for those of you who don't know, right now what happens, you play through Exile's Reach, and then it drops you off at your capital city to do like a tour and learn about some stuff there, and then you have to take the quest to start Dragonflight, and then you go to the Waking Shore. So that's a good change, going straight from Exile's Reach to the Waking Shore. I'm a little... I hope they don't change the story too much, because there's a little Easter egg. So the NPCs that you interact with on Exile's Reach, when you go and do... Oh, ads incoming. Shit. Ads are in a couple of minutes, folks. Apologies. It's a thing. So the NPCs that you meet and interact with during Exile's Reach then become the same NPCs you run follower dungeons with, and I really like that little continuity. I think it's really cute. So I hope they don't change it too much, because running a follower dungeon with like Thrall and Alexstrasza would be not good. Not good, because they would either be too overpowered or they'd be underpowered, and it just would, yeah. So I hope that the old NPCs are still present in a way. Night, Rob, we'll see you next time. Cool.
Now you'll still have Chromie time if you're playing an alt. You can go play whatever.
But what if a new player don't want to go to DF right away, though? They don't have a choice anyway, Alex. That's where new players go. You can't choose a different expand. If you're a brand new player on a brand new account, your very first character does not have Chromie time available. It's never been that way. Ever since Chromie time was introduced, Chromie time was always only accessible on second and further tunes. Your very first character still has to go Dragonflight. So new comes chat, update, new player change seems like it could be really great. Agreed. Hard agree. Limited unit sounds very fun. New tomato to eat. They not true. They changed it. Oh, what? A new account. At some point, I was able to change my expansion. Is it a new account on your same BattleNet account, Alex? Because if it's on your BattleNet account, it's still flagged as not a new account, because you're still an existing player. You'd have to have a completely new BattleNet account as well for it to funnel you through Dragonflight. The new account, other one, I deleted it. New players have the option to do Chromie. Since when? When did they change that? Boys didn't start out in DF. Oh, where? That was the whole point way back when. Chromie time was never eligible for a while. That's not helpful. Oh, stupid AI. Not helpful. Give me the actual Blizzard thingamajig. What does Blizzard call it? Because Blizzard doesn't call it Chromie time. Okay, so that was July 11 last year, Fractures in Time. So that was with 10.1.5? Was that 10.1.5? Chromie will now teach you what Chromie time is, just timelines to choose and share the opening cinematics. Maximum level in Chromie time is now 61, was 60. Chromie time expansion restrictions have been removed. Is that maybe what that means? Maybe they're reverting that change then. I'd say that they're probably reverting that change. And it makes sense because, like, they're wanting, especially considering, so you got to remember that once Midnight launches, new players are coming in Chapter 2. New players are coming in Chapter 2. And that's a really rough go for, like, that's one of the biggest concerns for new players with a saga, right? Is that, they originally didn't call it Chromie time, but it looks like they've adopted the thing. Is it under quests or something, maybe? Yeah, it's under quests, Chromie time. Yeah, so when it's, imagine picking up a series of books with book number 2. Right? That's rough because you've got all of this pre-info and all that kind of stuff. And so I think that they're wanting to make sure that they update all of that so that it is actually relatively seamless for new players, because otherwise it's just going to be a motherfucking mess. So funneling them back through Dragonflight is a good call. So you level through Dragonflight, get all that info going, and then, he's about to tell you what the rest of it is. Don't have to accept the request of Death into DF, you can go anywhere. Yep, but they're probably going to change that now, dude, because you're not going back to Stormwind or Orgrimmar, which is what they're saying. I kind of hope the War Within part is at least mandatory. Well, they're also like, the Dragonflight part is going to be mandatory, Panda, because they've literally, hang on, let's go back and, like, can I?
Do that. Iconic characters to that feature. You're going to see Wrathion there. You'll see Khadgar, Alexstrasza.
I've just realized we're in the middle of an ad break. We're going to pause that and we'll let it play back when the ads are finished, because I know a lot of you here aren't subbed at the moment. So we'll, oops. Yes. I'm paying much attention was funneled. You are, yeah, so you're funneled into DF, but you can make the choice to not if you want. It doesn't funnel you to Chromie, I think is the So back before that change in 10.1.5, if you tried going to Chromie on a first toon, she just wouldn't talk to you. But now it seems you can. So that expansion restriction's been removed. But maybe not anymore. We'll see. Solid analogy. Thank you, Gregor. I appreciate that. Did more than one start Twilight with New Moon? It's like the New Testament, yeah. Dimension Time War Within storyline shorter now as the basic characters event. Yeah, they did. How's your Sunday doing? Well, thank you, Shale. Hope you're doing well also. Chrome just laid out different. Neither. It's all right. We'll go back when the ad's done and we'll talk about that a little bit more. But yeah, it's a whole thing. But yeah, that's interesting. I didn't know that they made that change. I mean, I haven't had a new character for a long time. And I haven't had a new account for a really long time. So it makes sense that I just have no idea what they're talking about. Not shame. No shame, Kenzie. It's a cost of living crisis. No shame. No shame. You have no space. Okay, looks like we are back from the ad break. So, right. So Chromie Time doesn't funnel you into it. So
Hi, the sun.
you can. Aw, Shale, that is so kind of you. Thank you for the 5 gifted subs. Congratulations to everyone who's been hit by the subs. Big grats. I have a question. Tormented myself, went back to the mall to grab some T-Mogs from the vendors. Couldn't buy a single thing. Why is that? What? Excuse me. What transmogs from what vendors? It'll depend on which vendors you're talking about, I think. Excuse me. Right, thank you so much, Shale, for the gifted subs. Right, so we were talking about Chromie Time, we were talking about the new player experience, and that you're going to go through Exile's Reach, and then it's going to take you straight to the Waking Shores, because the Exile's Reach story is being shifted, so it's about them going back to the Dragon Isles. So it goes in Torghast. In Torghast? Where is there Mog to buy in Torghast? I'm confused. I don't remember buying Mog in I remember buying Mog in the wings of Torghast using Phantasma, and that might be why, you need Phantasma to buy them, and the stock on them I don't think is guaranteed. I'm not too sure. Hi, Cam, welcome back. Anyway, so, new player leveling experience. And we then got a little bit sidetracked talking about how Chromie Time is actually available on a very first character from the very first go, but it's not obvious. It's not like, hey, here's Chromie to talk to. It's like you can go to her if you know that she's there, but if you just keep following the quest in front of you, it'll just take you to Dragonflight. Vendors during Mog showing sometimes have, but you can't buy them, it's annoying as fuck. Oh, right, maybe that's it, yeah. Just confused about the fact they aren't funneling Exile's Reach directly into the War Within. About to enter second part of a trilogy, thought new player experience would shift to War Within, get the start of the saga. I think it's because they want to, I'll let it play and then I'll give my thoughts afterwards because they might rehash what I'm thinking. It's better to go through Dev Story first, that's the stage for the Dark Heart Zala, which feeds into the War Within.
Experience Exile's Reach. This has been changed to be to focus players directly into the Dragonflight expansion. We're doing that by adding some key iconic characters to that feature. You're going to see Wrathion there, you'll see Khadgar, Alexstrasza, a bunch of others as well. And the story is going to be about them going off and embarking on their mission to the Dragon Isles to learn about the history of the dragons. It will culminate with you being taken directly to Waking Shores to continue that story in the Dragonflight experience for new players. Now, you'll still have Chromie Time if you're playing an alt. You can go play whatever expansion you want, but for a new player, that sort of core progression will take you directly to Dragonflight. And we've made a bunch of changes to the Dragonflight expansion as well with new players in mind. So first, you'll level through those first 4 zones, but then as opposed to before, when you get to the end of Thaldraszus and you're at the gates of the raid and you know that Razageth is gnarly and you want to take the fight to her, but you need a whole bunch of people to do that, instead of that, you're going to go straight to fighting Razageth. We've added a story mode raid version of the Razageth fight. So you can, as a solo player, along with 9 game control.
Holy cow, that is awesome. That is a fantastic change for new players. That's brilliant. That is actually legitimately fucking brilliant. Instead of just being like, okay, cool. Wait, what? Next expansion? Nah. That is amazing. That's such a good change.
Old
Hell yes.
allies. Take
Hell
down
yes.
Razageth, see how that story resolves. And then after that, it keeps going. You get to keep going into Zeralek Caverns, play through that zone as a leveling player with the leveling appropriate rewards.
What?
And then you get to fight against Sarkareth in another story mode raid. Y'all can probably see where this is going. If you know the story of Dragonflight, then you continue into the Emerald Dream and then fight against Farak.
Oh my god.
Super excited about this. This is the first time that new players have been able to play through the entire story of an expansion while they're leveling through the game. And doing that, this will take them to level 70. That's not...
What? Oh my god. Oh my god, that is spectacular. That is actually legitimately amazing. Okay, so that means that they're going to be changing that, because if you've got the first 4 zones, that's not going to get you to 70. Like from 10, because you finish Exile's Reach roughly 10, right? For a brand new player with no aliens or anything, you're finishing Exile's Reach around 10. That's the idea, around 10. And then you head in and you're going up to 70. Up to 70 of the dragons. So, because this is the other thing, right? Previous to now, your leveling campaign would take you up to the new expansion, but he said 70. Because Midnight's 90. Hang on. Oh, goddamn. Oh, that was... yep, okay, good. So, 10 to 70 in Dragonflight, but that 10 to 70 is all of the zone. That wasn't that cute, was it? That was a bit oof. And there's what, 6 zones, right? 6 zones. So we're looking at 10 zone. Well, it's not going to be exactly 10 levels of zone, but it's roughly that kind of vibe, right? So you'll go through Waking Shore, you'll go through Anaran Plains, you'll go through Azure Span, you'll go through Thaldraszus, you'll fight a raid, you'll do Zaralek, fight a raid, do Emerald Dream, fight a raid, and then so that's going to literally sets the entire stage for the War Within. That's really exciting. I hope that there's... My hope here is that they've scaled it so that you're just doing the story quests. If you just do story quests, that's when you'll hit your mark each zone. And if you do side quests, it'll push you a little further. I think I hope that they don't require you to do side quests, because that's going to be messy. I think just campaigns should probably get... But we'll see, right? We'll see. Leveling raids like Remix. No, not leveling raids like Remix. It's a story mode. You're just getting the last boss. You're just going in there with NPCs, you're killing the last boss, and then you're out again. So you probably won't get much XP for that. It'll be like a 1 quest worth of XP. We're going to make new players suffer through Siren Isle too. I mean, not exactly, but so yeah, sounds about right. Yeah, so that feels great. I hope when you don't have done it... I hope when you don't have done it with your character, you can do it like this too. I'm not sure what that means, Akira. But welcome on in. I hope you're doing well today. Happy Times in Cricket, welcome back. Hope you're well. All right, let's keep going.
Not quite 80. For 70 to 80 is going to be done and doing something different, which I'll get to in just a sec.
Okay, now?
But first.
No.
Has this ever been you? Maybe you're a returning player to the game, you haven't played in a little while, and you are greeted by the 3 horsemen of a quest log full of quests that you don't remember, a bag full of items that you don't remember ever gathering, and then a talent tree full of talents that you don't really know what those icons represent. You are not alone. This is the case for a lot of returning players. It can be tough to get back into your character after you've been away for a little while. And what we...
He's right. The number of people that I've had come through chat who have said, I've come back to WoW, but I have no idea what I'm doing, so I've started a fresh character. He's 100% on point.
For folks is, after folks have been away, particularly for a long time, it's easier to roll a new character than it is to get back into your beloved favorite tune. And so that's okay, because we've got a stack of gear ready for you to claim as you step into our brand new returning player experience. This is, again, brand new, something we just added to the game in Midnight. It is a feature where you will join alongside Thrall or Jaina as a returning player, and it's meant to remove all those distractions, so you don't have to worry about what's in your bags and your talents. We're going to hide all your quests from you. It's really simple. It's just, hey, go kill some gnolls. It's very simple. You don't have to worry about all the other direct things pulling you in different directions. Just go kill some gnolls. And then after that, the story will develop. Maybe you go kill some ogres. Maybe you go kill some cultists. There will be some, some story that progresses along. But the point is, once you get in, you should remember, oh yeah, this is how my character plays. And by the time you're done, you should have your bearings. It's drop in and drop out. So after 2 minutes, if you're like, oh yeah, I remember how to play Paladin. This is easy. Then you could just drop right out. If you play all the way through, you'll get a full set of gear that's level appropriate to whatever level you stepped in this place at. So you'll be ready to just jump right into the fight. And we've also added some improvements to the tutorials as well. So first, we've added a skywriting tutorial, which will make it easy. If you never learned how to play skywriting or to do skywriting, dragon riding as it was called back in the Dragonflight expansion, you'll learn how to do that. And it'll add a tutorial to learn how to interrupt. So if you've ever been in a group of folks who don't seem to know how to interrupt, the returning player experience will get you covered there as well.
What? Oh my god. What? That's phenomenal. Oh my god, that's fantastic. That is oh my god. That is brilliant. I'm so unbelievable. Okay, I've not stopped playing for a very long time. I had like a 6-month break and an 8-month break, but apart from that, I've been playing for 18 and a half years now, right? But that is phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. Oh. And I don't think I have anything to add to this. Like, easing you into combat again, like giving you your toolkit bit by bit back, hiding your quest logs, hiding your talents, like making you play. It's like the class trial where they give you it bit by bit, but you're at a higher level. It's a class trial, but you don't have to boost the toon at the end. Gives you a full set of gear that's level appropriate. I hope it just shunts everything from your bags to your bank or something, now that we've got enormous banks. And the fact that it's drop in, drop out, the fact that you can just kind of be there and you're like, actually, you know what, I'm good now, and then just bloop, back to the gate, that's you don't have to like slog through the rest of it to get back to the game. I am blown away. That is phenomenal. That is absolutely phenomenal. And they teach you how to interrupt. Oh my god, that's phenomenal. I'm so pleased. That is brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. And they will learn to not stand in fire. This is incredible. This is actually incredible. Well, yeah, gaming company that actually gives a shit about new and returning players. I think they've kind of reached the point where they're like, well, we've kind of saturated. We've reached our peak. The only way we can keep growing is to like, and I mean, like it's think about starting to watch a TV show that's been running for 20 years. It can be a little bit tricky to kind of understand where, like, you get in there and there's all these little references and they laugh about the inside jokes and stuff and you're like, I don't get it. And you just kind of feel like you're on the outside. And so you're like, this is work. I have to learn all this. I'm going to go watch this new show over here kind of thing. It's like, I get it. It's so, like, WoW is not easy to start playing. I keep saying, I mean, it's part of my bloody job, right, is to sell it, is to get new players in, is to get people playing. But it's not easy to jump in. It's not easy to just slip straight in and get going. But yeah, I wonder if all this quality of life stuff Metzen's doing. I don't think so. This sounds like the kind of stuff that's been in development for long before Metzen came back. And Metzen's very much like his what's his title? At the moment, it's got nothing to do with systems. He's all about the lore. He's all about the story. Oh, wow. the first photo of him when you type in Chris Metzen is like 20 fucking years old. What's his title? Executive Creative Director. This is not him. This is not him. He may have, like, when they're going and being like, right, we want to we want to like get going with we want to change the intro kind of stuff. He probably had some sort of, maybe some input into that, but I'd say more likely it's the people who wrote Dragonflight who were like, this is how we like ease them into this with the Exile's Reach kind of stuff. And yeah, I don't think this has got anything to do with Mattson. Mattson is a world builder, not an engineer. And that's perfectly fine. He's fucking amazing at what he does. But I don't think this is Mattson. Really bought and started in a High Leo account, left my 20-year-old account in the dust because I got overwhelmed with everything. Yeah, literally. He's a law guy. Exactly, Matter. Creative Vision, Law Walker, Mattson. That's it.
And lastly, we have the War Within recap. This is a feature we've added that is in case you've missed the War Within expansion, or if just parts of the story, maybe it's just been a little while since you played the War Within. No worries, we've got you covered there as well. So this is a quick, couple hours long experience which will take you through the entirety of the story of the War Within. It starts at the Isle of Dorne, through the Ringing Deeps, all the way through Koresh. And you'll get to see all the big cinematics. You'll get to see what happens with all the characters. It would normally take a couple dozen hours to play through all these quests, but this will just take a much quicker time. Anybody can play this. If you want to do this right before you go into midnight to bring yourself current, that's great. If you don't want to, that's fine. Everybody gets that. We got to fight Xal'atath anyways. And if you're a new player, this is how you will level from 70 to 80. Instead of having to, it'll be really quick. It'll be just like play through this, again, a couple hours long experience, and you'll be able to hop right into midnight once you're ready.
That's phenomenal. So condensing, okay, he says a couple dozen hours. Yeah, have you met us? But condensing that down to a couple hour experience is fantastic. And I feel like, so this is the big thing with leveling, right? Leveling for the vast majority of players, from my experience, from what I've learned from people talking to me, like this is not my experience, but like from people talking to me, it's not really about, I hit 50, I hit 60, I hit 70. It's not about those milestones. You're not questing to try to get to 60. Maybe in classic, but in retail, it's not about that. You're playing through a story. There are people who don't like leveling, and that's fine. But when you're playing that first character, it's all about like, I'm learning this expansion. I'm playing through this expansion. Oh, look, I'm max level. And it feels like they're now turning that new and returning player experience into that same vibe, rather than, I need to get to max level so I can play with my friends. It's no, I'm learning about the game and how to play it and what's going on so that when I join my friends, I know what I'm doing. And I think that is a vastly more appropriate way to approach it. And I'm so happy to hear. I'm keen to see how it plays out. I'm guessing, obviously, take all of the side quests out of it is step one, no side quests. But extra quests to do. Got it. I don't think that it will be extra quests. I'm not entirely sure that it will be extra quests. I think it'll just be kind of, it might just be like you're doing this quest and then you're just skipping to this quest and then you're skipping to this quest and then you're going through here and then you're skipping to the next quest. I think it'll be more that. It'll be like an edited down version rather than a new set of quests. Does that make sense? Because all of the information's already there. It's just that we do some extraneous shit while we're there. Like there's a chunk of the campaign where we go and help the Storm Rooks and shit in Isle of Dawn. Yeah? But that's not really necessary for us to learn what's happening in Midnight. So they can just, instead of going through that bit, they can just jump from here to the next beat of the next chapter thing. Make sense? So I don't think it'll be new quests. I feel like it'll be more an edited down thing. I mean, it could be. I've been wrong before, I'll be wrong again, but that's previously on World of Warcraft. Yeah, that's it. Greatest hits of the existing storyline. That's what I'm thinking. Exactly right. Probably like Law Walking where they reuse the same quest. Correct. Yeah. I was thinking some bridging quests maybe. Yeah, maybe, but I don't think we'd need them because a lot of the bridging quests are already in there as well, because like you think about, you go in there and it's like, thank you so much for helping us with that champion, now I see that person over there needs us. But instead of that, thanks so much for helping us champion the person over there, it'll just be the person over there, but there's already a quest that points us there because we usually go from there to there, and usually they send us back through Dornagal anyway. We usually come back to a major character to send us to the next chapter anyway. So maybe, hopefully, we'll see. Like obviously it's all up in the air. We have no idea at this point. And look, they're probably not in final iteration of it either yet. Like, excuse me, but I'm hoping that it'll be more like just an abridged version of the campaign rather than new quests. I've done something on Legion Remix where an NPC says, let's skip ahead for the follow missions, which is upsetting. I loved those missions. That let's skip ahead thing, Toasted, is on live as well. Oh, for the follower missions. Oh, right. Sorry. I thought you meant, my bad. My brain went to the intro quests. I'm so sorry, because that already existed for the intro quests. But yeah, no, because follower missions aren't existing in Remix. They said that. They said that Remix wouldn't have follower missions because there's just not enough time to get that, because it took so long to get the missions kind of rolling, the mission board and stuff, so they've just axed it from Remix. Campaign quest hubs without all the go kill 10 monsters, okay, now go collect 10 flowers, okay, now go like, exactly right, Joe, exactly. It'll just be like, cool, so we've collected all these things, let's go do the stuff. Do the other ones like 24-hour wait because I don't really have the time in Remix. Yes. These are fantastic. All right, onward.
A new update I wanted to share with y'all about the new player experience, all these things that we're talking about. New player experience, returning player experience, and the War Within recap.
I have to go change my robes. Thanks.
Oh my god. Oh my god. I'm gonna hold on to the fit check. We'll do it after we've watched the video, but that's just... how is that volume of Khadgar's voice line, by the way? Because that was the first time we've had it redeemed. All right, continuing on.
These are going to be available in the final patch of The War Within, 11.2.7. So a little bit
what?
earlier, folks wanted to start getting warmed up. If you are thinking about that friend that you wanted to invite in, maybe they can get in a little bit earlier, start collecting some housing decor, and level a new character.
It's not midnight,
Okay,
it's
that
11
does it for me. Next, I'm going to hand things over to Ian.
Did he say, he said 7, right? Not 5.
Data I wanted to share with y'all about the new player experience, all these things that we're talking about. New player experience, returning player experience, and the War Within recap. These are going to be available in the final patch of The War Within, 11.2.7. So a little bit earlier, folks wanted to start getting warmed up. If you are thinking about that friend that you wanted to invite in,
That's
maybe they
awesome.
can get in a little bit earlier, start collecting some housing decor.
That's so good.
And level a new character.
Yay! Oh my god.
Okay, that does it for me. Next, I'm going to hand things over to Ian, who's going to talk to you about a couple other
That was also
features,
good. Oh my god, I'm so excited.
PvP. Ian, take it away.
Thank you, Paul.
PvP. Hi, Ian.
Hello again. So yes, PvP. A major new PvP feature
mentioned.
coming in Midnight is the Slayer's Rise Battleground. This battleground is set in the Voidstorm, and it is a 40v40 epic battleground inspired by Alterac Valley, Isle of Conquest, and that general large-scale vibe. Here's a look at the overall...
Clash at the path of predation and recruiting neutral forces. Then you move on to the Hate Spire. Then moving on to Bastion of Might for Horde or Valor for Alliance and disable the ethereal defenses. And then you battle a Dominar. But that's got the factions moving apart from each other. How is that a PvP? Oh, so like Alterac Valley, where you don't actually interact with each other, you just shoot to their other... Okay, gotcha. So it's not really PvP. Snap might come back to PvP for that. New epic BG, yeah.
Layout of the map and how it's going to work. So the setting for this map is a conflict between these two powerful warlords in the Voidstorm, these Dominar, that are fighting for control, and Alliance and Horde forces find themselves thrust into the middle of the conflict, each allied with one of the opposing Dominar. You're going to start on opposing sides of the map, initially run to the middle for a wild 40v40 brawl over an initial control point that will give you an early advantage in the map. Okay. We know people are going to fight it out anyway, so let's encourage it and build that into the flow. From there, it breaks down into each side trying to push down a lane towards the opposing base, destroying their defenses, killing key NPCs along the way, and ultimately trying to defeat the opposing Dominar. But you'll be breaking off as well to recruit neutral forces to aid your side to help push that lane. So every side is going to be doing a mix of attacking, defending, and recruiting forces to help lead their side to victory. Super excited to have a new battleground coming in Midnight. And also, this area that's used as a battleground will be accessible in the outdoor part of the Voidstorm zone. And this is going to be a place for those of you who love world PvP to come battle it out with each other.
Huh.
This area is really designed with interesting points of conflict in mind. There's other, this is where you'll find your PvP vendors and more. This area does have regular world quests for those who don't have war mode on, but really you're going to want to turn on war mode to get the most out of this experience. If you like world PvP, this is the place to be. You can find your people and battle it out.
Huh.
Now, when we think about PvP in World of Warcraft, we've heard feedback from our PvP community over the years that they'd love to see more support. PvP is amazing, it's deep, it is endlessly replayable, but the reality is it can also be really hard to approach 20 years into the game's history. There's so much to learn, people are so good at it, and oftentimes people check out PvP and feel like, okay, I just got destroyed, I don't know that this is for me, even if they do enjoy PvP in other games. But so many other games of different genres have a mode where you can initially kind of learn the maps, learn the rules, learn combat against bots. And that's an easy on-ramp to kind of build your confidence to make sure that you know what you're doing.
Oh, I've heard about
before you
this.
match up against other players. And so that's what training grounds are coming in Midnight. And this is inspired by a battleground brawl that we've had running for a while called Comp Stomp. This is kind of expanded and revamped. In addition to Arathi Basin, you'll also be able to play on Silver Shard Mines and Battle for Gilneas, facing off against AI opponents that are a bit smarter than the bots that we've had in the past.
Bit smarter.
That are, going to test your skills a bit, teach you how the battlegrounds work, teach you how opposing classes work, and kind of give you an on-ramp into PvP from there. Super excited to roll this out in Midnight and hopefully introduce a new generation of players to the fun that World of Warcraft PvP can offer.
Okay. Maybe Fear might get some vicious saddles. Okay. Oh, hello, Goose. Welcome on in. Sorry, I missed your first message there. About the trilogy, a lot of stuff they normally say for XO. They're pushing to 11.27. Yeah. PvP sits up and pays attention. Oh, snap. Permanent Comp Stomp 2 and new maps. Yeah. Hopefully no flying there. World PvP war mode with flying enabled is trash. It will have flying. There's a whole, there's mechanics for PvP air-based combat. Like the whole twisting, like the surge forward, not surge forward, but the other one, the one that takes 3 vigor. If you do that through a person, it dismounts them and all this kind of stuff. Like there are actual flight mechanics for PvP and world PvP stuff. So, yeah, no, there will very likely be flying there. Well, there's the very high possibility that you'll have flying there. Silver Shard comes from Silver Shard Mines will be fun. Yeah. Wonder if the old achievements will count against bots. Probably not. Although Comp Stomp, you can get Arathi Basin achieves in Comp Stomp. So, yeah, maybe. That'd be cool. I might actually get some points on the board. Time for quads. Fear landed on 4 legs again. Huh? Landed on 4 legs again. I don't know what that means. But that's really interesting with PvP. Oh, the vicious saddles thing. Look, maybe PvP training grounds. That sounds really interesting. I don't think I'll learn much because I'm just trash at PvP, but I think that's a great, and the fact that they're listening to the feedback is phenomenal. I'm interested to see how that neutral PvP hub in Voidstorm works, which the Vicious Saddles is rated PvP. No, I know. I'm very well aware, Cam. I am super aware. But that's the whole point, is that they're trying to get more people into PvP and at those higher levels as well, at that rated level. Because you don't need to be a fucking gladiator to get Vicious Saddles. That's the thing. You just have to do it at a pretty base level. So, I mean, fingers crossed, right? We'll see how we go. Taking other players out on flying mounts, had them do the same to me. Always have goblin gliders in my bags. They don't give you a parachute or something? Oh. Getting an easy on-ramp for getting the PvP gear would be awesome. Maybe through the training, there's the ability to get a couple of pieces or even a full set. Who knows? That's a very, very surface level sort of what's going on. But that's fascinating. It's good to see proper changes for PvP, especially given how much people are unhappy with the state of PvP at the moment. That I can see at least.
All right. I want to talk about some UI and general quality of life improvements. So over the last few months, we've been doing a lot of work in War Within to improve the baseline UI experience with things like the cooldown manager, combat assistant, and more. That's going to continue in Midnight and beyond. One area that we want to focus on is our nameplates. We understand that, when you're in the heat of combat, this is the best window into what's going on, the status of your enemies, and what you need to respond to. And our default nameplates currently don't give you all the information you might want.
No, they don't.
We really want to improve your ability to see and customize buff and debuff display on nameplates. We also want to be able to call out important lethal casts. That's something that we're going to build in on the encounter design side. If there's a cast that probably is going to wipe you if it gets off, that should be a larger highlighted cast bar so
really
you know
like
it's
that.
a high priority interrupt.
Go back. That's this one here. This
That
bigger, thicker bar with like the arrows on it. So it's like jump on this one, you need to interrupt this one, whereas this one's just like, it's just a little thing. And then this one says interrupted, so someone's already got that one, so you don't need to. And all of this customization, like nameplate, in fact, I love that it's like a drop down with check marks rather than this big, huge list that's just super overwhelming. I love that they've put it into little categories so that you can kind of cycle through and see. This has the potential to get very messy. I would imagine that the player debuffs, you can filter it down to just yours. Although that looks like, I don't know. That has the potential to get very, very messy, but mob buffs. I hope that you can filter that down to like only the ones that you can dispel or the ones that are super important, like it's immune. I don't know what shared CC means. Maybe that's like if somebody else has hexed it and I'm looking to sheep it, maybe?
should be a larger highlighted cast bar so you know it's a high priority interrupt. You shouldn't need an add-on or an external guide to tell you that.
Yeah.
The game should be doing it itself, and we're really excited to add this functionality to
brilliant.
our nameplates.
Nameplates, I feel like nameplate rendering is one of the big things that takes a lot of resources in game as well. Like, I mean, obviously rendering your whole UI and stuff like that, but nameplates are something that are constantly updating. So being able to take that out of like LVI or Plater or whatever and using the base system, I feel like you'll get a lot of performance back maybe. I'm not a huge, like I don't know, but like it could be useful. Hope is adjustable. Oh, that was that, like all of this is all adjustments, Sass. We were just like, this is all adjustments. It's 100% adjustable completely and entirely. It's a matter of what exactly precisely is adjustable. I only think keeps me using LVI as having quest objectives on the nameplate. Like if I need to kill a mob 10 times, LVI shows it on the nameplate. Yeah, me too. And I love that feature. That is something we can provide in feedback though. If I manage to get access to like alpha or beta or whatever, that is 100% a thing that I will test and I will give them feedback on because that's huge. That's huge.
Next up, damage meters. We are adding damage meters to the base UI experience.
Oh!
Again, this is probably the single most popular add-on used by players across all of World of Warcraft. And you shouldn't need to feel like if you want to understand whether your talent build that you just tried out is more effective than the one you were using yesterday, you shouldn't need an external tool for that. The game should give you that information. And so we have fully featured damage meters. These are also going to be sort of server-side authoritative. So compared to add-ons where maybe someone is out of range or in a different phase and you lose track of the information about what they're doing, here we're going to keep track of it on our end, and so they should always be perfectly accurate. Next up...
No, stop. Not next up. Dude, what? That is game-changing. Server authoritative DPS meters. Show those numbers. Fucking A, right? Oh my god, welcome back, Novel. Should. Look, I mean, everything should. It's always a should. Sheeps, fucking, okay. Way to go. No. Really bad. What was I talking about? Right, that's fucking insane. That's so good. That is so good. I mean, I've not used DPS meters. I've not used damage meters in... I'm trying to think the last expansion that I used details. It's been a while. But, Fuck, that's a huge change, because like there have been so many times where, I mean, back when I was raid leading and stuff, where we'd have our damage meters whatever, and we'd get split phases, and you know there'd be this like, your such and such isn't fucking interrupting. It's like, actually they are, you were just in the different phase, and but it's so kind of, it's fucked. So having it coming from the server side, that's incredible. That is such a good change. Oh. Fuck, man.
This is a fun one. How many of you use DBM or bigwigs? Right? Basically, since the beginning of raiding, 20 years ago plus, people have relied on add-ons to let them know when a major boss ability is coming up.
Man.
That's just how WoW raiding has been for nearly everyone who raids. And yet, again, you've had to turn to external tools to do that.
In their defense, they've gotten better at it, but it's still not great.
Players deserve. So we are building in a lot of that functionality into our encounters in Midnight. So you can see a timeline of major critical abilities that are coming up, and alerts if you're targeted by something, things along those lines, to give you the information you need to overcome the challenges. Sure. Those are just a few of the user interfaces we need.
Don't.
And we feel that's not, and yet how WoW raiding has been. You use DB.
Right, okay. Fuck. I'm sorry, I have to. Oh my god, I love it. And it's so pretty. This is the thing I fucking hate about add-ons and needing certain add-ons, is that they just don't look nice. I mean, DBM looks great and it's fine and whatever, but like, it's just, that looks pretty. It looks like it fits in the game. This is one of the reasons why I love the dragon riding add-on, and like I've got my speed bar, because everyone's like, oh, just use the weak aura. No, the weak auras look like ass. I hate them. They're shit. But having something that looks like it's part of the game, that it's native. I've had people come in and say, how do you turn that speed bar on? And I'm like, I don't, it's an add-on, because it's beautiful and it just looks like it's part of the base UI. Yay. Yay is what I have to say about that. Yay! Oh my god, that's amazing. I love it. It's beautiful. It's like, okay, so what I'm looking at is this is here. This is the timeline. This is the ugly ass fucking bars in DBM, where it's got like boom, 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 and it's all fucking yellow and green and orange and shit as they get closer, and it's got all the ability names, and then as it gets closer and it's like 5 seconds to go, it moves into the middle of the screen. It's like 5, 4, 3, and then it kind of does and then you're like, shit, now I gotta move. But it's beautiful. It's beautiful. Yeah. This is good. I'm happy.
Yeah, or big wins.
All right, where were we?
On the challenges that are they're as true.
Oh, too far.
To make sure that our base user experience is the very best that it can be.
Damn straight. I need more Red Bull.
Transmog.
Transmog!
Really, transmog, as everyone, as true WoW aficionados know, is the real endgame of World of Warcraft. We want to make sure we are supporting it as best we can.
Good.
So, nearly 15 years after the introduction of transmog, we have coming up an overhaul.
Fuck off! 15 years? No! It's not been 15 years. Tell me it's a lie. Hang on, let me catch up on chat a sec. Who kind of plays with damage meters? You want to bet? Let's talk about it. Yes, look, it's not going to change how it's already working. So people are already, like 98% of the player base uses damage meters already. If you weren't being kicked out before, you won't be kicked out now. Just leave. See? How long has it been since we talked about it? Shut up, Junie. Stop it. Who makes up the entirety of the 1%? No. Don't care about number, just want to see my player name at the top. I just want to survive. I just want to get the mechanics right. It's most of the... Anyway. What's an add-on? If developers won't spend the money they should to have them organically be... Huh? Curious if they're working with these add-on developers at all. Possibly, potentially, maybe. Who knows? Supposedly, yes, they go. Tend to hang out with some of the add-on Discords. Yeah, they do. They do. wants the game to be constantly yelling at us. Major thing about my UI is I want to be able to stretch, pull, reverse everything and then skin it to my liking. Skinning it is a major part. Yeah, that's one of the big reasons I still use LVUI. There are still features in LVUI that the base UI does not provide, and I want those features, and I just can't get them in base, and that's why I don't use base. But we're getting there. We're slowly but surely we're getting more and more stuff, and it's becoming more and more customizable. So look, fingers crossed. Also, GitHub repo with the list of base UI issues I know they keep track of, which is curated by the community as free QA for them. Nice. Well, this, but they won't give us die packets for transmog. This is why, though. This is why. Well, this is gonna be. Where did I hear? No, never mind. Because anyway. Love the transmog page. Now he's talking to you, old. Shut it! Want a transmog closet for my house? Oh, no doubt there's going to be a transmog closet for your house. If there's not, that is a huge missed opportunity. Huge. 2010. Fuck off! Cat was not in 2010. Piss off. That's disgusting. That's disgusting. Voice storage is the first transmog option. It's all about the base. Okay, we're good. I'm fine.
How the system works. No longer will you have to go reapply the appearance of your choice every time you get a new upgrade, every time you get a quest reward or a raid drop or whatever else. Instead of transmogging items, you will now transmog the slot. And so if you have something set as your helm appearance and you get a new helm, it's just going to inherit the look that you want it to have. You'll still pay a gold cost to set that like head slot or back slot appearance, but as you just get new items, you can just put those on, there's no additional cost, and that'll just be the appearance that you have. But this also gives us the opportunity to add more opportunities for customization and self-expression in the transmog system. Because not only can you save one outfit, you'll be able to unlock and save many, many outfits.
Wait.
And then
unlock. What does he mean unlock? We can just save sets now anyway. What does he mean unlock? Oh my god, I love that. Like, oh my fucking god, yes! I know, right? What? How many times have I logged out of Fear to change to an alt to farm some bullshit, and I log out and go, oh shit, I forgot to remog her gloves. Or her helm, and just like, and then I forget. Oh. That's such a good change! Like, that is bananas! Okay, good. We're fine. What'd I do?
If you want it, you'll be able to unlock and save many, many outfits. And then, if you want, you can tie those outfits to...
Yeah, but unlock more slots. So we've already got the slots we've got, but like more? Okay, alright, that's fine then. Because I'm like, we've already got slots. Why do we need to unlock them? Why did it take so long? More things to collect. Please never fail. Love your energy. Thank you, Bang. Yeah, no, this is good. This is good. This is good. Generally entering a new era for WoW. This is absolutely insane. How many times do we wait until Fashion Week for free mog changes? And then we miss it, and it's like, fuck, I need to wait 6 months to mog all my alts again. Do you know how expensive it is? Do you know how expensive it is to transmog a full set on...
Now I have to go change my robes. Thanks.
Do you know how much it costs to mog 65 tunes? So I pick in there somewhere, it's like how you buy extra banks. Okay, alright, cool. Yeah, there's one down. It's behind the camera. Hang on. Let me. Boop. Yeah. So it says purchase outfits. Oh, fucking. Yeah, purchase outfit slot. Just here. That's what it says there. But that's like already so many anyway. Like, why do you need? Well, okay. I don't need more because I don't actually use the Mogo farm. But I might start. Oh god. Plus, if they give me a set that matches that mana worm.
Well, now I have to go change my robes. Okay, fine. Jesus fucking Christ. Hang on, did the camera do a stupid again? I think it did. Oh, wrong button. Stay. So, just casual today, just shorts, because
I'm good. I've only had one Red Bull. But no, just casual today. Although these shorts are loose, which is weird because these are usually really snug. And then I realized I've lost like 7 kilos in the last couple months and I'm like, holy fuck. So that's fun. This is, I wonder if you'll be able to see. No, you can't. The detail's too faint. But this is Han and Leia. And this just here says, I know. It's incredibly comfortable, but it's also really old. But yeah, just there you go. That's this. How many have I got? 3 of those. What does that mean? Do I have to sit here for like 12 minutes or something? I don't know. Like this is a fit check. It is outfit. Fit is short for outfit. What did you think it meant, Bang? If you know, you know. If you know, you know. No, well, so, okay, for those of you who don't Star Wars, Han and Leia, when they kiss and they're falling in love and Leia looks up at Han and says, I love you. And he says, I know. And it's just, it's iconic. And he's a dickhead, but it's iconic. Yeah, first ones, it was Ariel and the one dude, Little Mermaid. No, it's, yeah, I can't... No, I don't think that's gonna work. But yeah, it's Han and Leia, kissy, and then yeah, it says I know, but yeah, and then he gets froze. He does. Oh, it is their faces. Yeah, they are there. It locked in an embrace, and then yeah. Shit, I don't have a button for the special one. This one. There we go. Yeah. Don't you love iconic dickheads? Fucking A. Absolutely. Right. Cute. Thank you. I try. Really hard sometimes. My hair was, well, not fried, but my hair was fucked after because I dyed it last night. And it was looking a little bit sad. So I curled it and then I was like, not quite the vibe I was looking for. And then I brushed it and I was like, well, fuck. That works. Kind of... Something a little bit pin-up, but yeah.
Not enough pain.
Fucking everything going everywhere. Right. You might pick some unlock ring and amulet slots. I mean, we have, like, the characters have part of their character design, right? You've got, like, your bracelets and necklaces and earrings and stuff like that. So it'd be interesting if you could change that. Some of the icons for necklaces are fucking beautiful, and I'm like, I want to learn how to make that. So making it into WoW 2 every patch.
Sunwell.
Oh my god. Hi, thank you so much for the Prime sub. So generous of you. Purchase outfit lot, yes. Yeah, 70 to 100k to mug that many tunes. It's a lot. It's a lot. I need more, so many more, really. Don't hands up if you perma change for Mage's Mog. I will. No, she's staying Venthia for the foreseeable future. She may wear one of those full silver moon sets though, because god damn, they're pretty. I'd wear that shit IRL if I could make it. Johnny Corns and Nobles on chat. Welcome in, Hoy, as well. I hope you're doing well. Geez, what did I do? A fit check. We're talking about mogs, right? Well, I've got 3 of them. 3 of the redemptions sitting there. I was like, I'll do it after the panel thing, but then I'm like, fuck, I should probably get on that. They're doing the work. Glance, it was Ariel and Dear Little Mermaid, and he gets froze. Always their faces, it is. You just said that I'm leaving now. Hi, how you like them apples? Oof. Look what you've done, Kenzie. Don't abandon us now. Random question. Once you've unlocked phasing on one tune, it's unlocked on all the alts. So we need to do the quest line on all of them. Depends on where you're talking about, I think, Shale. The text for the streamers chat, more at 11. Oof. So from the pause of vid, you can have separate location mogs. Just say, yeah, he's about to talk about that, because with the location tag. Hi, Nord, welcome back. How you going? Very well, thank you. I have had 1 Red Bull, but somehow I am full of energy, and I am not angry at it. Right, let's go back a few steps, because I feel like I talked over stuff.
The appearance that you have.
We're talking
This also gives us the opportunity to add more opportunities for customization and self-expression in the transmog system. Because not only can you save 1 outfit, you'll be able to unlock and save many, many outfits. And then, if you want...
I see, that's why I was confused, because it's like, not only can you do 1, you can do many. And I'm like, but we could already do many. But now it's many, many, many. And that's the difference. Right, hang on, I can check off the fish. I'll leave the... There's 2 more redemptions for fit check. I need to, I don't know. Oh, hydrate. Do I have water? I need more water and a stretch. Fear has wings. Fear always has wings. Oh, why? Okay. I'm like, why am I feeling that in my abs? That's new. Yeah, Fear has wings fucking every day these days because she needs them. Do we know when the patch that adds a housing will be coming out? No. Later. Probably like November. I would estimate, Nord. Probably November. Later and later. Yeah, soon TM. That's it. That's a stretch. And then there's a fish. The fish are in a queue. They're not playing because it's not on screen, but they're in a queue. Yeah, 11:27. We don't have a date yet. Only 1 hour cooldown to the fit check might be good. Yeah, Zam, you know what? That's a really good idea. Look at you with all the good ideas. Give me a sec. Where is it? Edit. Redemption cooldown time. 60 minutes. Ah, time between redemptions up to 7 days. Oh, I can just make it a 1 hour. Okay. Save. Done. Actually, I might refund those other two. Because we've, yeah, cool. That's what she said about you earlier, Zam. For legal reasons, this is a joke. He knows exactly what I said. Are you talking about pillows again? Are you talking about transparent mana worms on pillows not covering shit? Good. Okay, let's keep going.
You can tie those outfits to specific situations. So if you want one outfit that enables when you go into town, or when you go into your home, or when you go into a dungeon, or when you change your specialization, you can map those things to each other, and it'll just automatically happen. So we're very excited for kind of the depth of customization this is going to bring.
Can I just say, there have been very, 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 very limited situations where I have needed to switch to Frost. I know, disgusting. Switch to Frost to do like achievements or like old content or whatever because of like some kind of little interaction-y thing, right? And the number of times that I have like logged out in Frost because I'm like switching to an alt to do more things and then come back and be like, what the fuck, why am I in Frost? Having an ugly ass fucking mog to visually cue me, bitch, you're in Frost, make sure you switch. Thank you. Beautiful.
As with many of our systems, this is just kind of the beginning. This is Transmog 2.0, but we're going to continue to build on this foundation in the months and years ahead.
That's so good.
So thank you for coming out.
What? No, more! No. Ian, please.
Speaking of the months and years ahead.
Thank you.
Really, it's so exciting to be here this week, finally pulling back the curtain, revealing what the team has been hard at work on in making World of Warcraft Midnight. But this is just the beginning. We're going to head back to California, and in just a few weeks, we're going to have our alpha test beginning. So stay tuned for that with beta to follow.
Okay.
We have so much more to share with you. It's going to be a very exciting fall. We can't wait to see you all in Midnight in early 2026. Thank you so much. Enjoy the rest of Gamescom.
Sorry, folks. PAX is fucking cancelled. Shh, fucking. Thank you for the follow. Welcome on in. Oh.